I hope that you're well. Thank you so much for joining me here today, where we're going to create. And what we are going to create is an abstract painting. So for our painting, we're going to create a shape. Trace that shape onto our canvas and then paint it in. So the things that we will need are something to paint with. I have a foam paintbrush. I also have some Q-tips to get into the harder places. I have a cup with water to rinse my brush. I've got a couple cups to put my paint in. I'm using two different colors, orange and turquoise. I've also got a canvas board to paint on. You can paint on whatever you have handy. So if you have a piece of wood, if you have paper, if you have a regular canvas, you can use any of those things to create this. We also need a small piece of paper and a pair of scissors and some tape. So for my paper, I just took a standard size 3 by 5 inch note card and I cut it down so it is 3 inches by 2 inches. And we're going to make a shape on there. Well, we're going to draw some lines so we can create our shape. So you need to make one vertical line and one horizontal line. It doesn't have to be straight. It can be curvy if that's what you'd like. So I'm going to make mine a little curvy. Then I'm going to go this way, and that is also going to be curvy. If you were with us for the tessellations video, then you know what to do here. We're going to write the numbers 1, 2, 3, whoops, 3, and 4. So 1 is in the top left, 2 is in the top right, 3 is in the bottom left, 4 is in the bottom right. We're just going to cut those out. And we're going to lay them right back down in the order they were in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take 1 and 2, put them below 3 and 4, and then we're going to flip sides. So 1 is going to now be on this side, 2 is on that side. And we're going to tape those two together. Then we are going to take numbers 3 and 4 and flip those. So you could do this however you want. I am going to join all 4 of mine so they meet in the center. You could also tape them so there's no overlaps or overhangs. That is your choice. So 3 and 4 are taped together, 1 and 2 are taped together. We're going to now tape them all together. And I like to flip it over and do a little better job of taping so it doesn't come apart while I'm working with it. We're going to get our canvas. Whoop. I've got a little tape overhanging, so I'm just going to cut that to release it, pull that off. It's time to get our canvas, and we are going to trace the shape onto our canvas. I started tracing mine on the middle, and then I just moved it over and did the next one and continued all the way around, so the whole piece of canvas is filled with that shape repeatedly. When I had a place where they met like that there and that there, that there, this was left, so I just filled it in with a piece and traced it. And so what I have now is a piece of canvas with the one shape on it repeatedly. I'm going to get paint in my cups. So I want one color of paint in each of my cups. So I'm going to start with the turquoise. And what I discovered earlier was that you really don't need a lot of the paint. A little goes a long way. So we're just going to paint. And what I like to do is fill in the center. As much as I can. Use the Q-tip to get closer to the edges. There's a lot more control that you can have with the Q-tip. So if you have two brushes, you could just go ahead and do the orange next to it. If you only have the one brush, it might be easier to just do one color and then switch to the other. The other nice thing about the Q-tip is if you do smudge, you can just wipe it off. You could also use that as a mask to make sure that you don't get any orange in the blue or blue in the orange. And we're not looking for perfection here. So if you make a mistake, no big deal. As Bob Ross says, there aren't mistakes, just happy accidents. So on that one, I did the outline first. So now I'm going to fill in with the color. Now I have noticed that when the paint dries, it comes out a darker color than when you're painting with it. So just be aware of that. And if you want your final color to be the color that it is, you might want to go with a different color or a different intensity of your color. So I'm going to finish this one off right here, and then I will show you the one that I did earlier. So you can see how my painting turned out. Another thing you're going to want to remember to have handy is paper towels or something to clean up with, because this can get just a little bit messy. Alright, so let's do one more here. So this next one would be orange. And with the amount of paint that's on this one, I can actually just spread it around to fill in the edges. And also keep in mind that where the two colors meet, you might end up with a third color, because if they overlap, orange and blue together create gray, so you might end up with some overlapping gray. I happen to think that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to get my hands cleaned up. We'll take a look at our finished painting. So there's my painting. I've got my original tessellation laying in the center there. So if I take that off, you can see how it came out. And obviously, if you want, you can hang it that way instead. I'm going to take a look at it both ways. And decide which way I like it better. That's one nice thing when you paint more abstractly. You can turn it around, see which way you think it looks best. Something about this way is speaking to me, so I'm gonna hang it that way. As one of my young friends reminded me today, it's a good thing to sign your work. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think I'll put the year right below. So there we are. We have created a tessellation and created an abstract painting from it. I hope you enjoyed our project today, and I hope that you will join us again next time. We'll be back next week with an Explore STEM video, and the following week with another Create video. Thanks so much for being here, and until I see you again, I hope that you continue to explore your world and use your creativity to improve it. Thank you.